Yeah, it's going to be fun.
This morning. All right, Tuesday Night Live. We are, this is Bass Fishing Live. Let me fix this. We ain't talking bass fishing tonight, although I've had a blast. We're talking turkeys. We are 4 days away.
Yep.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 4 days away. I had to go back to my kindergarten math. 4 days away from youth turkey season. This morning was the first morning I've heard turkeys gobble all year. Mike, have you been hearing them?
I have not. I've not been in any situation. Yeah, I've not been in any situation recently where I'd hear any.
You've been sleeping in?
I've been going to work, and Saturdays have been ball games.
Well, I mean, it's Cincinnati.
Yep, true.
There's a lot of turkeys in Cincinnati, but not ones you can hunt. Is that true?
I'd say that's pretty true.
That's true. A lot of turkeys, a lot of birds in Cincinnati. Gordy, we ain't talking about you, brother. We love those Ohioans that follow our page. We appreciate you. I did walk out, so I don't know. I started a new job 2 days a week. I'm still a full-time realtor, but I had an opportunity to join an outdoors media company called Urge Media. We work with the Outdoor Channel. We work with Sportsman's Channel. We work with Pursuit. We're with a channel in Canada. Who's our Canadians that on here? We're with a channel in Canada called Wild TV, and we work with producers like let me think of some people we work with. The Lindsay Way, Wall Hangers TV, Drop Zone. I don't know, a lot of ones that you see on the Outdoor Channel. Roger Ragland. You know Roger Ragland? You know that
Sounds
name?
familiar. Yeah.
So my boss said something about Roger Ragland. I said, I've never heard of him. He's like, what? You've never heard of Roger Ragland? And then he said, what about Eastman's Hunting? I said, no idea. He said, do you not watch the Outdoor Channel? I said, man, if it ain't on YouTube, I ain't watching it. And I said, I hate commercials.
Yeah.
And that's our job. Our job is working with clients like, Quiet Cat, who makes e-bikes, sending the producers products and advertisements and things like that. So anyway, I started that new job, and I actually have to be in Campbellsville 2 days a week.
Nice.
And I was there about 7 o'clock this morning, and I just heard a little faint gobble pretty far away, and walked over to the edge of the timber there, and the gobble was pretty far away, but there was a hen right over the hill just yelping away, and I was really excited.
That is cool.
I said all that just to say I'm excited about turkey season.
Absolutely. You got to get to that story, and that's a good one. It pumps you up.
Let's see who we got on here. Gordy agreed with us. There's a lot of turkeys and birds in Ohio, but they have 2 legs and no wings. All right, they're not the kind you hunt. Rick says, good evening. Good evening, Rick. And Jimmy Carroll is all about equality. He didn't say hello, brothers. He said hello, brothers and sisters. Now, unless he's calling you a sister, Mike, I think he's just welcoming everyone. James Evans says, hey, guys. Hey, James Evans, glad you're here. Scott Butler's here. He likes to shoot. How my style is to shoot birds biggin. Yep. Your style is not using grammar. Scott, shoot birds biggin. He's calling me biggin, ain't he?
Yeah.
I taught my daughter. I'm just giving – anytime I can give Scott a hard time, I will. But I taught my daughter the other day. She was asking about she's in 3rd grade, so she's learning how to write. And I said, good grammar can save your grandma. And she said, what? I said, come here. So I wrote on where I'm going with this, Mike?
I think so.
I wrote on the paper, let's eat grandma twice. And on one, I had let's eat, grandma. And on the other, I said, let's eat grandma. And she's just thought it was the funniest thing. So, just a dad thing.
Yep.
I know I'm big and Scott. You know what? If I stood up right now, my belly's hanging out of my shirt. It's too tight, but I was sweating, and my hair is way too long. Look at that. I pulled up to a drive-thru, and she said, honey, why are you wearing that hat? I said, well, listen, ma'am, I need a haircut.
Yep.
And she said, well, nobody cares about your hair. So you never know who you're going to meet.
Very true.
So
very true, man.
I'm going to get it cut in the morning, hopefully.
That boy.
Brent, good to see you, W.O. I can barely read or write. Bigfoot. John, do you like your new job? I really do. I really do like it. The company's been around for a long time. Thanks for asking, by the way. Company's been around for a long time. Uh-oh, wrong way. and had some previous owners who it kind of went downhill. Not really because of the owners, just because of I don't know why. Probably COVID has something to do with it, I guess.
Yeah.
So we're building it back bigger and better than ever. And Kelby said, if no one cared about hair, then I'd be out of job. Kelby, if I was closer, you'd be my barber, brother. Kelby's a good barber out there in Irvin. But yeah, I like the job. It's today I spent time watching hunting shows, asking people for commercials to send to us, talking to people that make hunting products to send to us, and we're really trying to break into the bass fishing world. And so I'm going to try to play a role in that. And it's really cool. It's really cool. I think a year from now it's going to be a big deal. Right now we're just trying to build it back up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Don't leave out late mornings, 9, 10 a.m. and later. After they leave Jen's, if you have one gobble after 9, you have a good chance of – oh, he means hens.
Yep.
After they leave hens. I was really – listen, let me tell you about this show's not about me, obviously, right? But I feel like I've not talked to anyone in a week. Josh and I left for the Bassmaster Classic Thursday morning, and I just now got home.
Sheesh.
I went straight from Knoxville. I came home that Sunday night, left Sunday morning for Campbellsville, just now got back. So I've not been taught. I've been sitting in front of a computer screen for 2 straight days. I usually work when I'm there 12-hour days.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm back. I'm ready to talk. So I got a lot to say, Mike.
Here we go. I love it, man. Let's get going.
Mike, should you reveal the new turkey calls you made us?
I guess I could. I'm going to run in and go get them real quick. They're not done yet.
Should we reveal them like a sneak peek?
Sure, we can.
I think so. We only got 26
people
watching.
Yeah, let me go get him.
Guys, Mike is you can notice the shirt he's wearing. He made it himself, has a turkey fan on it. And he told us a few weeks ago, we went to NWTF and everyone and their mom is selling turkey calls. And I mean, honestly, there's not many bad ones there, but I'm not proficient at turkey calls anyway, so don't take my opinion for it. But Mike's like, let's just make our own turkey calls. And so he brought it up, and we didn't really think anything else about it. And he texted us the other day in a group text, and he said, name me your 5 favorite wrestlers other than Shawn Michaels. I'm like, that's random, but here you go. So I said Stone Cold was number 1. Shawn, actually, I want you guys to do the same thing. I want you guys to name your 5 favorite wrestlers. Now, some of you probably go back to the old days. I don't even know who's the oldest wrestler. When I think of the oldest wrestler I can think of is Ric Flair. I don't know past that really.
Yeah,
I mean that's the old one. But
the Rock's dead.
Huh?
The Rock's dead. That probably goes.
Rock's dad, probably the same age as Ric
Flair. Probably
Flair,
close. Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know his name. Probably the Flying Samoan or something like that.
Yeah.
But so list your favorite wrestlers, or don't have to be now. Could have been when you was growing up, or maybe you still like it. List your favorite wrestlers in the comments. The Iron Sheik. I don't know how they say it. I think it's Sheik.
Yep, it's Sheik.
So anyway, Mike randomly sent out a text. List your favorite wrestlers other than Shawn Michaels. So I didn't put Shawn Michaels 1, although he was up there. But Stone Cold was number 1. Shawn Michaels was number 2. I think I said The Rock number 3, Undertaker number 4, and Sting number 5.
Mm-hmm.
So he took what we said and he made us a graphic on The Undertaker by Jeff Grigsby. That's Michael's. He made a stencil for these turkey calls. Now, mine being Stone Cold is a little it's Stone Cold. It's hardcore Stone Cold, but we love it.
Yep.
Fun story. My mom, we used to go to the Tazewell Flea Market when I was little, Tazewell, Tennessee. We lived about 45 minutes from there. We go to the Tazewell Flea Market. Everybody has knockoff shirts. And I'm not saying anything about knockoff shirts, Mike. I know people enjoy making those. But they always had those Austin 316 shirts. And my mom just thought they were so blasphemous that we couldn't get one. And I go to church more now than I have my entire life, or I'm at least more committed to it. And I'd still love to have one of those. So, Mike, go ahead. Reveal your pot call that you made with your stencil. Everybody is waiting. while you're doing that, I'll look at some of these names. Chris Taylor,
Yeah.
a college wrestler.
This one's a walnut. It's a walnut, and it's not finished yet. I actually just glued the soundboard in yesterday. I'm going to do the actual call surface tonight, which is crystal. But this is going to be a walnut pot with a maple soundboard and a crystal top once I get it glued in. But that is John's.
Oh, look at that. The stunner. And as soon as I kill a bird, I'm just going to throw that on top of it and tell him he's number one. I don't do that. I don't flip people the bird.
Yeah.
Come on. That's a good – turn it back around. Let them see Stone Cold up there. He had one of Stone Cold smashing 2 beers, but you couldn't really tell what it was. It looked kind of weird. I don't know. So I said, man, we're chasing birds. You have to have Stone Cold flipping the bird. Come on.
Yeah.
So he did that. So yours might be the coolest. A little closer. There you go. The Thundertaker. Oh, the Thundertaker. Isn't that awesome? Jimmy's saying, what?
This one is a cherry over cherry, and it's also going to have a crystal soundboard once I glue it in. And then I just wanted it. I've not had a long box in a long time, so I just did a long box.
Sweet Chin Music. Do you know, Mike, when you were little, did you ever watch the movie Three Ninjas?
Yeah.
That's what
absolutely.
That's what that reminds me of. It
does.
That reminds me of Three Ninjas.
My kids love that now because of me.
I showed it to my girls, but I guess it's more of a boy movie.
Yeah.
They're like, it's all right. You know, did you watch the one with Hulk Hogan in it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
it's not as good. It's not as good.
It's still awesome.
Yeah.
So let's see here. George the Animal Steel. Yeah, he was really hairy with the green tongue. Is that him?
I think that's the Boogeyman, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe. Jimmy has a good Mount Rushmore: Stone Cold, Undertaker, Junkyard Dog, Dusty Rhodes, and Sergeant Slaughter.
Those are really good.
Mike, Josh wants to know where's his at? Under construction. Oh, Josh's is the Undertaker.
Yeah, because Josh said the Undertaker, right?
Oh, and yours is the not friction call.
The box.
The box call. Yours is the box call.
Yeah. So this one is the box call is ready to go. The friction calls there. The slate calls are not ready yet.
Let the thing rip. Little echo in the basement, but it sounds good to me.
Yep.
Jeff Greer, Sergeant Slaughter was one I liked because I had a G.I. Joe of him. Only reason I liked him. Let's see here. Undertaker, Jake the Snake Roberts. I did like Jake the Snake Roberts. Jimmy Superfly, Junkyard Dog, 316 Rock. The Rock I think I like The Rock more as an actor. You know, when I see old clips of him and he has that black hair and sideburns, it's just cheesy.
Yeah.
But 99, 2000, when I was in middle school, dude, I love that guy.
Yeah. I love it, man. McFoley. I see PK said McFoley.
PK looks like a Mick Foley fan. Yeah.
I love it.
That is freaking awesome, James. It is, man. I agree. These turkeys don't know what's after them. Cool call. Chris Taylor's gold medalist at the U.S. Olympics from Iowa. Iowa has the best, real wrestlers there are. Did Brock Lesnar go to Iowa?
He probably did.
I think he did. What? Scott says that's sharp, Mike.
Not bad.
Let's hear him. Well, Mike, so he's running the box call. He can't use the pot calls because they're not put together completely.
Yeah, I still got to get the. I just glued the soundboards in yesterday, so this is the maple surface, and then I'm going to put a crystal. And I've got a conditioning stone that we can kind of do it
up. We're going to have to do it right on the side because I don't want to scruff that up over Stone Cold there.
Yeah, we'll do it right on the side there.
Maybe just on his abs.
There you go. There you go.
Mick Foley. James said that was music to his ears. DDP, Diamond Dallas Page, wrestler turned yoga instructor. You seen that, Mike? Did you know that? Yeah. Sting. Now, James, here's what I got to know about Sting. Is it Sting with the white and bright colors, white face paint, bright colors, or is it Sting with the long black hair and the white face paint? For me, it's the first Sting.
Yeah.
That's what growing up. By the time he turned into like the long-haired, white face paint dude, falling out of the ceiling. No, that was Owen Hart actually. That's terrible.
Yeah, he did. That was terrible.
Sting like coming down out of the ceiling. I was kind of past WCW at that time.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
He'd bite the turnbuckle. Oh yeah. You know what he's talking about, Mike?
Who's that?
George the Mad Dog or
Oh yeah,
the Animal Steel.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ultimate
Jimmy
Warrior.
says looking good. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I remember him walking in with that 2x4 and an American flag.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about this. The Ultimate Warrior. I loved him. He was number 1 on my book.
Yeah.
And then Mike told me how horrible of a person he was.
I ruined
and I
it for
started
you.
looking into it, and I don't like him anymore. He was a jerk. He was mean to kids. Like he wasn't. Yeah, Ultimate Warrior was my favorite until I found out he was just a jerk.
I
Road
feel bad that I
Warriors,
ruined that for you.
I think the Road Warriors is the best tag team of all time. What do you think, Mike?
It's
They're my
tough.
favorite tag team of all time.
Yeah, I'll go. They're up there, man. They really are. They're up there.
One of their kids played at Ohio State, James Laurinaitis.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Laurinaitis. Yeah.
Yeah, he was good. Reminded me of the movie Crow. Yes. I heard somebody talking about that the other day, how they wanted to see what kind of career Brandon Lee would have. Mankind, FTW.
Yep.
You can figure out the first Hulk Hogan appearance of the night. Christopher Hallstead. Hulk Hogan has always been my favorite. Maybe no one more important than Hulk Hogan, but I just never liked him.
Yeah.
Hillbilly Jim, Andre the Giant, Rock and Roll Express. I made the bad Owen Hart joke falling out of the sky. He did perish. And then someone said not as bad as Chris Benoit. I think
yeah.
That was bad. I think that was worse than Owen Hart.
Yeah.
RIP. Hart Brothers, best tag team. Is this a turkey show? Jeremy, it started as a turkey show. It's turned into wrestling. It's really whatever we want it to be.
Hey, Jeremy, this is the what I was making the other day. That's why it's wrestling.
Yeah, Sweet Chin Music. We're going to put the smackdown on those turkeys, the Sweet Chin Music, give them the Stone Cold Stunner, whatever you want to call it. With the old 410 is what I'm going to use. Let's see here.
There you go.
Triple H. Can't leave out $1 Million Man.
That's a good one.
DiBiase. I'll give you $1 million if you can spell DiBiase.
True.
I'll do it. I don't. What a man.
Yeah.
Jake the Snake. Roddy Piper. A lot of these guys died too young, man.
Yeah, I know.
You know what else is going to die young? The first Jake that I see this opening weekend, that's going to die young.
Well, if as long as Ellis is shooting, right?
I said, I changed it to opening weekend. I said this opening weekend.
There you go.
Yeah, Ellis is going to be shooting this weekend. Who's taking their kid youth hunting this weekend? Anybody? Shawn Michaels is an avid outdoorsman. That is true. Those are pretty good. Mike, you got a lot of fans today on those calls. You might have to start a little business.
Oh, no, thanks, man. I tell you, I just enjoy putting stuff together. It's just, I get the supplies. It's not like listen, we know a ton of guys, Jeremy knows guys, and there's a ton of people out there that do these things by hand. I definitely did not do these by hand. This is you can buy these supplies actually on your own and put them together. I just enjoy that.
Mike, if you buy like a nice pot call, you're going to be paying $50 and upwards. How much can you make your own for?
So the pot, your walnut pot was around $7 or $8. Then the soundboard was probably a couple bucks with the maple soundboard. And then the crystal was probably around somewhere between like $6 and $8, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
So $18, we'll say.
Yeah, and then the box and the paddle I got for $18. And
yeah, you can probably make those much cheaper if you go with cheaper materials.
Yeah. Well, and I'm trying to remember. Remember what the box is made of. I think it's butternut. It's a butternut box with a Purple Heart lid. That's what that is. And this is a call when you get it going. I won't do it now. My kids are starting to go down for sleep. But once you get it going, it can actually be a little bit of a higher pitched long box. And that's kind of what I was looking for. I wanted a long box call that had a higher pitch sound. That's just something I really like. Yeah. I have found that that midday, like that late morning midday gobbler, for whatever reason, higher pitched hen sounds strike gold for me. I don't know what it is, but those higher pitches really work.
You were really digging the high pitch, the long, skinnier, high pitched box calls at NWTF.
Yep.
Those are the ones you want to see. Yes,
Yeah.
PKU season is this weekend. Let me take the plan, guys. Let me know in the comments. Are you coming to the Eastern Outdoors Turkey Camp on April 15th, opening weekend in Kentucky? If you're coming to that, give me a. I'm just kidding. I was going to say the Stone Cold, but there are kids.
Heck yeah.
My kids are next door, and if I say that, they'll storm in here telling me I said a bad word. But if you're coming to the Kentucky or Eastern Outdoors Kentucky Turkey Camp opening weekend, let me know in the comments. So here's what Michael and I are going to do. This Saturday, we're taking our kids to the same place we're going to be hunting opening weekend. We're hoping they kill a turkey, but we really want to do some scouting. Because, I mean, let's be honest. It's hard for your kid, your 9-year-old, to go up there and kill a turkey. Scott Butler said that he had a 1-year-old kill a turkey. Would they believe a 1-year-old shot a gobbler? Scott, if you said it, absolutely not. They would not. I don't know. Those 410s are pretty light nowadays, Scott. Maybe you
they
can.
are. My 5-year-old shot one this
Billy
weekend.
Barnett was supposed to be on here tonight. He's shooting 4 turkeys this year. He's going to complete the Grand Slam with a 44 Magnum. Is that what it is, Mike? 44 Magnum pistol?
I think it was that, yeah, if I'm not mistaken. He's got that picture on his Facebook page.
Yeah, he can do it all, man. He was supposed to be on here tonight, and he's coming on next Thursday.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Bourbon State Outdoors says we have a booth at the NRA. We don't even get to hunt opening weekend. I heard somebody talking about that today. And we support the NRA, bud. We're taking we're going to support us all getting together to hunt turkeys even more. Kelby says there aren't many sounds that I hate more than a box call, but Tom seemed to love them, especially useful on windy days. Yeah, yep. Sometimes, I mean, shoot, me and Mike's been on top of the mountain letting, what's that called? Your hot box, Mike? You let it rip.
It's a Primo's little hot box.
Michael let that thing rip, and it just sounds like you could hear it all the way to Virginia or over in Eastern Kentucky.
Dude, that thing is crystal clear, and it is so freaking high pitched. But I swear to you, it never fails. If it's like dead quiet and it's like 9 a.m. and you're kind of like, man, dadgummit, the morning slipped by me, now it's quiet. I'll go somewhere and hit that thing, and dude, freaking gobbles everywhere. And it's like, oh crap, here we go. Yeah. And I swear, I don't know how many times it's happened with that little box call, and it's a high pitched call.
Since we have been hunting together, you have, I'm reading an email. Since we've been working together or turkey hunting together, you have mentioned that call numerous times, dozens of times.
Yeah.
Dozens of times. Let's see here. I'll sell you a really good box call. Jimmy, I appreciate that, brother, but Mike has me one for free, so I'm going to have to pass.
I made it for him. Yeah.
I have killed plenty of birds that would only respond to a box call.
Yeah.
I prefer it because I'm really bad at the mouth call. And I just am bad. I'm bad at practicing with it. So, I should have been practicing for a few months now, and I haven't practiced at all.
I got you.
I tried it one day in the truck with my girls, and they're like, Dad, please stop. So I was like, yeah, you're right. It sounds horrible.
Well, that's why we're getting you some different calls put together, because I'm a firm believer in having every weapon in your vest,
in your arsenal.
And it's just one of those things where a mouth call obviously is hands free, and if that bird's coming in, you still got that in your mouth, and you don't have to move your hands. But if you got one sound from a box call, might work in the morning, and then all of a sudden you might flip over to your slate call or your crystal call here, and all of a sudden, boom, there he is. He's coming. You never know which sound's going to get him that day.
So Mike, I don't have to worry about my hands moving. A turkey is not going to see my hands moving. Do you have no response?
You've got your Titan 3D leafy suit gloves, don't you? That's why they won't see them.
I got my Nukem mobile blind.
There you go. I knew it had to be something good.
Well, I was waiting on you to say, but yes, my Titan 3D leafy gloves. I only have one. I can't find one of them, between going with you and going with Josh. One of them disappeared, which they're really good gloves, but the leaves kind of get in my way sometimes. But I like them. I'm not against them. But the Newcomb blind literally just plopped down in front of me. I have the 2 windows in front of me that I can shoot out of, and I can sit there and I can eat snacks. Right?
Perfect.
I can go thumb through Scott Butler's Facebook and make fun of him. I can manipulate my calls. I can take a nap. I can do anything behind that Newcomb mobile hunting blind. And if you don't have one, you should consider it. They actually have an extra large now that I probably should get. So let's see what everybody's saying. Just make him a recording of birds, Mike. Is that illegal, Mike?
It is. Yep.
So you don't think we should do that?
No.
I thought of it this morning. I thought, I don't have any calls on me. The guy I worked for was like back in his garage, so I wasn't about to embarrass myself with like a hoot owl call. even though I feel like I'm okay at it.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to do it and him be like, what in the world was that? So I don't know him that well. He's an excellent guy, phenomenal guy, but I just didn't want to do it. And it was early and I, stopped up. But I thought, heck, I could just pull up a call on my phone. 1, electronic calls for turkeys are illegal in Kentucky.
Yep.
2, calling this close to season is illegal in Kentucky. So I could have had 2 citations without ever even being out in the field. I'd guess that one glove is like coming out of woods with one sock. Scott, here's my rule. I don't use the bathroom in the woods. Mike can attest. I don't do it in the woods. I just don't like it.
I get it.
The sock was not used for a number 2. It's probably laying somewhere on Peabody WMA, I think, because I think it fell in my brother's truck. Mike, I was going to ask you a question. Oh, I got a trivia question. I don't have anything to give away. I got a trivia question. Mike, if you know the answer to this, then don't answer it. But I want to know, everybody in here, at least most of us are turkey hunters. If not, you know enough about turkey hunting, you can answer this. I was watching Kentucky Afields Q&A, turkey hunting Q&A last night. I actually had a question asked on there live. I typed it as Eastern Outdoors Media, and they read it and said John Stepp has a question. I'm like, hey, you're supposed to say Eastern Outdoors Media, guys. But they didn't. It's okay. What is the number 1 violation that game wardens – or the citation that game wardens write the most during turkey season? Everybody answer that. What is the citation that game wardens write the most during turkey season? Now, this was from a correctional officer or I guess not a correctional officer. I don't know. It's from a game warden. I see people call them COs, but I don't know about that. But he's the one who said it. Philip, you're not supposed to say it. That was too early. You watched it last night. He cheated. Philip. Gordy, it's not trespassing. Trespassing is a good one, though. Too many shells. I guess that's kind of the same thing. Baiting or harvesting too many turkeys. No license. No beard. Mike will get in trouble if there's no beard.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you one question they refused to answer on that call-in show. Tell us, Jeremy. Stay informed. Sorry. Hey, Philip, I'm just kidding. So I think no license. Ooh, Josh has a good one. I think no license is probably what most people would think. That is incorrect. Actually, that's probably the least one they write because most people will not hunt without a license. I think more people fish without a license than hunt without a license.
Which is weird.
Oh, he did say second violation was non-licensed. I don't know. I thought he said something opposite of that, but Philip, I'm sure, listened way better than I did. It was not killing too many turkeys or baiting, which happens. Mm-hmm. It was no plug in your shotgun. So Philip answered it correctly. Way to go, Philip. Scott answered it. He said too many shells, which is the same thing as no plug in your shotgun.
Yep.
I have been out several times with no plug in my shotgun on accident. And so now my shotgun just permanently has a stick inside of it. Mike, I think you were with me when I did that, maybe. Or maybe
yeah, I believe I was. I know a ton of people who've done that, who just put a stick in there. If they didn't have a plug, they put a stick in there, and it doesn't take more than 3 shells. So
my buddy Caleb, him and his friend were hunting private land, and they were in their trucks leaving, and the game warden pulled in, talking to them. He knew they'd been hunting, and he said, "Can I see your gun?" And they're like, "Sure." Like they were leaving. They thought everything was kosher, and his buddy didn't have a plug in it on his way out in the truck, and he got a ticket. I don't remember how much it was.
Dang.
Yeah. Is it legal to shoot a turkey off the limb? What does everybody think about that? Is it legal to shoot a turkey off the limb, off the roost? Is it legal?
I'm trying to remember if they have anything in the book on that. I don't do that because I was under the impression it was.
Everybody thinks it is, and I think it is, but I don't know. Nicholas has never plugged his shotgun. Nick, bring it to camp. Nick, did you get your campsite? If it's not legal, guys, if it's not legal, if they're saying no, it's not legal.
I didn't think it was. I'm pretty sure there's something in the regulations on that.
Not off the roost, off the limb. Okay, maybe I'm dumb. I don't understand the difference. Mike, what's the difference?
Roosting on a limb seems the same to me, so I would not do it.
Hey, I don't know if this is one of those things where Alexa hears what you're saying, but Newcomb hunting just says some states it's legal but very frowned upon. Did you hear us talking about your mobile blind and then Facebook had us appear in your feed and you saw? Because I said, here's what I said, Newcomb hunting is Mike said that you need a mouth call so the turkey doesn't see you like manipulating your I'm sitting here like doing it with my hands, manipulating your pot call. And I said, well, they're not going to see me, just thinking I was going to fool Mike. But I said, because I'm going to have my Newcomb mobile hunting blind. I just wonder if they heard that or if Facebook heard that and put it in their feed. If so, I'm just going to start saying like bone collector.
And once it's posted, they're also Newcomb will be mentioned in our upcoming article on mobile hunting gear.
Mobile hunting gear. Nice. Coming to you soon by Michael Collins. Mike, I forgot your last name. Let's see. Nicholas Stepp. I didn't. I'm sleeping in my SUV. So Nick's coming to camp. He's going to sleep in his SUV. He's bringing his kayak. His kayak probably with all the gadgets costs more than his SUV. There you go. I did not. Jeremy Bourbon State told me it was on. Thanks for the shout out. Oh, cool. There you go. Nice. Well, we love the mobile hunting blind. We are encouraging everyone to go get one.
Yep.
Especially if you have kids, especially if you're a runner and gunner. And I said, I think I've probably gained some weight since last turkey season. I may need to get the extra large one. Not sure if you guys call it extra large, but it is bigger. I want to be there bad, but I'm going to be in the Bahamas till Monday. Come on, kid.
Tough.
Now, Philip, I see a man in that profile picture. That profile picture in Bahamas just don't go together with me. So I don't know. You're going to be in there with your little swim trunks and no shirt on. I just don't see it, Philip. I just don't see it. If a turkey, okay, Jeremy's got some clarification. If a turkey flies from one limb to the next, it's completely legal to shoot that bird off the limb. Okay, I got that now. So if he flies from his roost, from his sleeping position, correct? Am I correct here so far, Mike?
The interpretation. I've seen a few people say the interpretation's a little shaky. I don't think I would do it.
Gray area.
Yeah, I don't think I would do it at all.
Now, what if he's flying? I have known people that turkeys take off flying, like they spook a turkey, it takes off flying, they shoot it out of the air. Totally legal. What if he comes off the roost out of the air? Do you have to let his feet? I don't know if you call them feet. Do you have to let him touch something else? It's kind of like basketball. You have to establish yourself in another tree or on the ground, or is like, hey, he's flying off the roost. Boom, I shoot him.
Yeah, that's a more rare situation, but that becomes more. I've actually seen that in hunting videos where they've where a turkey had been in flight and they kind of shot it out of the air. Maybe they shot and missed and it flew, and then they shot again and then they got it. It was almost like a goose hunt, if you will, shooting it down. I've actually seen that happen in Primo's videos.
This says Michael Waddell shot a turkey off the limb on film many, many years ago. I'm sure he shot many many turkeys off limb. Nathan Russell says, "How much does a Nukem mobile blind cost?"
If I'm not
Nathan,
mistaken, they run right around $110. If I think I'm right around 109.
something. I don't want to say because if you've been grocery shopping or you drive a vehicle, you know how much things have risen in price. And so I don't know what their cost is, but Nathan, if she is still in here watching, I'm sure she will respond to you. And if not, we'll find out and respond.
What's really cool about that, and we've actually done a show where this has been demonstrated. Pat Newcomb came on and showed us
Yep.
the product, and this was back last year where they came on the show and showed us the blind and how it worked. It literally sets up in like less than a minute, and then if you need to run a gun, yeah, it's like 5 seconds, and then the takedown. All you do is if you got to go and move toward like get closer to a gobbler, or if you want to close the distance a little bit, all you got to do is just go whoosh, and then go. That's it.
Dude, if you want to close the distance, honestly, let's say a turkey is in a field and you can't get him, he's like stuck there at 80 yards and you can't get any closer. You literally can just stick your hand up in the pole in the middle and just kind of carry it like this down the field. And this goes to the other comment I saw here. How long does it take a turkey to get used to a blind? You don't have to worry about that. You can put a blind up the same morning you're hunting and turkey is going to be cool with it. Right, Mike?
That's exactly right.
Just don't be in there moving around and stuff. All right, there is tilt it some. Bring it down so they can see the picture because she put the or Pat. Sorry, I said she. I thought it was his wife. Pat put the price in the comments. So 109.
Awesome. Thanks, Pat.
The regular 130 for an extra large. Use code Newcomb free for free shipping. And the cool thing, their last name is Newcomb, and their branding is perfect for that.
I love it. Yeah.
And honestly, have we had ours 1 or 2 years?
2.
I used it deer season too. This will be the second turkey season. I use it deer season. It's very durable. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm 6'2", 300 pounds, and I use that thing as a walking stick going up the mountains of Eastern Kentucky or walking long trails on public land. And as my brother can tell you, I'm a little clumsy sometimes, and I fall. And I have fallen with that thing. My weight I don't know that thing. Not saying you should do that. You should not, but it's been very durable for me. So
yeah,
it's cool. I love it. It's just I love turkey gear. I love
it's actually amazing how turkeys don't pay attention to blinds. You can literally pop one up that morning and you've not had it. You know, for deer, if you pop it out in the middle of the field, they're going to stare at it and notice that something's wrong.
I'm gonna correct you there though, because I talked to Pat, the guy who owns it, and I'm not saying this would happen regularly, but he said he was in Kentucky hunting, and I take it, you know, the deer were just too far from him the first day. I don't remember all the details, but he took 2 of them and set them up in the middle of the field, and he shot a deer at like less than 10 yards or something. I don't remember all the details, but it was a same day, same morning hunt. He killed the deer. So
Josh, I know.
Extremely clumsy. That's a lie. When I was little, or I will say younger, I was extremely clumsy. Not now. You're a terrible driver. Shut up. He killed me all weekend in Knoxville. I mean, if the speed limit is 60, he goes 59. Like, he just drove me crazy. I said next year, bro, we're going to Oklahoma next year. I'm driving. So anyway, go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, anytime we've put up like a hub style blind or something out in the middle of a field, deer absolutely, they spook when they see it, especially if we like just put it up. But for turkeys, I mean, if you're going into a strut zone and you don't have a blind out there and you want to take one, boom, pop it up, and the turkeys walk right to it. They have no clue.
And you know, I was calling it the mobile blind. It may be called the Newcomb pop-up blind.
Yeah.
I think it is. So I apologize, Pat, for saying that wrong. Have you saw the video of the guy crawling to birds with a fanned out decoy and grabbing it by the legs? I have not.
I have seen that. That's wild.
I have not, but I know last night. Okay, hold on, Scott. I'm gonna get back to you. Josh says, 1, you're a liar. If you know what's wrong with that sentence, please. Other than the fact that I'm not, and I really don't like when people call me a liar because I don't lie. My mom called me a liar not long ago, made me mad. You're a liar. It would be you are a liar, and you know what's wrong with that. And then he said, if you want to talk about extremely aggravating habits, we can. I chew my nails, and I chew my nails a lot, I spit them out. And he's like, will you quit spitting your nails? I mean, he has a APAP machine because he snores so loud. And the other night I thought he died because he quit breathing, Mike. He just quit breathing.
Oh,
and I said, Josh, you're not breathing. Machine? And he went and woke up. So we all have sleep apnea. All the Eastern Outdoors guys, except for John Allen, we all have sleep apnea.
I definitely do.
Scott Butler, don't tell me to calm down. You definitely have sleep apnea too. Come on, you could be the fourth one. Josh says he doesn't care. Let's see. Glad you corrected yourself on younger because you ain't never been little. Scott, Scott, you know that saying, it takes one to know one? Scott heard me when I said when I was little, and then I corrected myself because I have always been a big guy and said younger. That's why I like you, Scott. I have not seen the video of the guy grabbing the leg, Mike. Have you seen that?
It's insane. Yeah, it's actually really insane. He walks right up to the turkey because he's fanning it, and he's kind of going in like this, like a turkey strutting toward it, and he gets really close.
So I talked about my boss in Campbellsville. I saw 7 hens right at his house today. I heard the gobbler at his house, and he has 50 acres, and I'm allowed. He'll let me hunt. I've not asked him, but he's mentioned it. It's all private. And I won't care a bit to take a fan and try to sneak up on one down there. The guys on Kentucky Afield Q&A last night were dead against it.
Really? I didn't hear that part.
The words of the officer, which I was okay with him being against it because of a safety issue. But when he said that's not how you're supposed to hunt turkeys, I was like, dude, Harold Knight. Okay, Harold freaking Knight, the godfather of turkey hunting, said at a wild game dinner last month that I was at, this is a great place to reap turkeys, which is fanning them. And so Harold Knight, when you and I talked to Harold, he loves reaping turkeys.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, let's just pump the brakes on that's not how you're supposed to hunt turkeys. When Harold Knight's saying it's an awesome way to hunt turkeys.
Yeah.
If you want to say it could be a safety issue, 100% agree. Yep. But come on. Don't say you're not supposed to hunt turkeys that way. I didn't like that. Especially that guy never killed a turkey.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's wild. I've never hunted them that way myself. But I like decoys. So I mean, I like to hunt. I like to run and gun, and then when the time calls for it, I like to use decoys and kind of stay put. They kind of come to me when that happens. So I just have never needed to be in that fanning situation.
I don't, guys. If you saw the post for this video, I don't think me and Mike don't see the post. We just go to the link. Mike, the post was talking about how it's boring to deer hunt turkeys. I did that for you because that's the way you do it. But at the end, I said it was cool.
Yeah.
Scott, you had surgery to get rid of his sleep apnea. Maybe we should consider that.
Yeah. It's this is a lot of guys are watching, right now. I think it's Men's Health time, I guess. Cause it was probably about 4 years ago where I just kept waking up, and I was like dead tired. I felt like I finally would wake up in the mornings at like 10 o'clock, like feeling rejuvenated. I'd finally feel awake. So I'd get up and get to work at like 6 or 6:30. I'd feel I'd feel dead until about 10 a.m. And then all of a sudden I'd feel okay. And then noon would hit and then I'd feel dead again. And I'd be like, man, I gotta go like lay down for lunch in my truck. I'm tired. But after a lot of time, going over it, it's like, what's going on with me? Why am I so freaking tired? I ended up going to go get checked out, did a test, and it said that I had kind of like, I think it was up to like 27 episodes during one night, where my brain was just kind of saying, hey,
an hour, 27 an hour.
Yeah, it was like, it was about 27 episodes an hour. And they said it was like moderate. They said it was moderate sleep apnea. They didn't say it was like horrible or anything, but it was causing me to not get rest. And once I started using the, I have a BiPAP. So once I started using that, it's been much, much better. I'm well rested when I wake up, and I haven't had a problem with being super tired ever since.
So contrary to what many people would think, if you lined us up, they'd probably say, if you said who has the most severe sleep apnea, it would probably go me, you, Josh. Josh is in the Army. He's in much better shape than us. But actually, we've all been tested. Josh has the most severe sleep apnea by far. His is like, dude, you might die tonight is what his is like. And then you're in the middle, and then mine was kind of moderate, like a low to high moderate.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to get my machine in, but I'm convinced there are nights that I sleep really well, and there are nights that I'm not. I've been gone for 5 nights, so I think tonight's going to be a good one.
You're probably going to sleep pretty good.
Yeah. I need to get see, guys, we're here for turkey hunting. We've talked wrestling. We've talked turkey hunting. We've talked safety, hunting safety. We've talked products. It's just a show to hang out. That's what it is.
That's exactly right.
Jeremy says, I need to put a BiPAP on my dog. She gets you just need to get rid of the dog, Jeremy. That solved it for me. Get rid of the dog. I would quit breathing 50 to 60 times a night. Glad I had surgery, but Lord, it was painful. Yeah.
I've heard that's a tough surgery.
My doctor said if I would lose like 30 to 40 pounds, mine would probably go away. Or at least go away enough to where it wouldn't be a problem. But see, you and Josh aren't, I mean, you're both would be considered overweight, but you're not like big guys.
Right. Yeah. I would definitely be my biomass or what is it, whatever it's called. It's like at a 30 or 31.
Kelby says he's never heard of anyone having a sleep study and not being diagnosed sleep apnea. Yeah, that's what my doctor says. He's like, dude, about every man has it. So anyway, yeah.
It's definitely big, man.
We're going to be putting turkeys to sleep in 2 weeks, Mike. 2 weeks.
Yep.
What is the 28th? March has 30 days, half September, April, June, and
We're
November.
give one
March has 31 days. So we got 3. We got about 18 days until opening weekend of Kentucky. If you don't have anywhere to hunt, or if you just want to come hang out with some cool guys like Bub Tackett and Nick Stepp, no relation, Mike Collins, Josh Jenkins, myself, some other dudes that I can't remember. Bub's son is going to be there. If you want to come out, we're going to turkey hunt. I'm putting some noodles together. We're going to be using Jules, catfish stink bait, and we're going to be catching some catfish. There's going to be guys on their boat crappie fishing in between turkey hunts. We're going to have a feast, turkey, catfish, crappie. People will probably bring some drinks, whatever your choice is. Bring your own drinks, and we're going to have a fantastic time. It doesn't matter if there's not one turkey killed. I promise you it's going to be a blast. John, I gave up pop and sweet tea. Nothing but water now. 33 more pounds down to about 200. That's awesome, Scott.
Good job, Scott.
I love to give Scott a hard time. I love to give anybody a hard time. Very proud of you, Scott. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
That's awesome. Muskie's man. Philip says Muskie's man. Muskie's man. I think
Muskies and turkeys.
Muskies, man. Yeah,
Cave Run.
He's like Muskies, man. Muskies and turkeys are the best. Hey, I don't know if I'll try to get my boat ready by then. And I'll just bring it down. It's just about an hour and 15 minutes from here. I'll bring it down. If I kill a turkey on Saturday morning, I won't hunt anymore that weekend. We'll just go fishing. So, did everybody see that post today about the third? I saw Scott said 13. Everybody see that post today about that color-faced turkey? Mike sent that to me. We posted it. A guy named Tyler from Mississippi killed that color-faced turkey. Pretty cool. Yeah,
several beards on that thing. That was cool. That was an awesome bird.
Scott's almost back to his 13-year-old weight. Sounds like me, Scott. If I got down to 200, that's probably about what I weighed when I was 13. I don't know. When I was a freshman, I weighed 243. And then when I was a senior, I also weighed 243. I remember those football weigh-ins. The last time Mike and I stayed in a room together, his partly came off of his face and started making a crazy noise. I started laughing. Who is that, Mike?
I don't know. It might have been I wonder if it's Doug.
Doug, maybe. Yeah, it was really cool looking. Is that genetics or is that like a molting thing? I'm pretty sure it's genetics. Color-faced birds. Color-faced birds, I read, are about 5% of the population. If it's like a smoke phase or that kind of, I don't know what kind of phase. It is Doug.
Yeah, I figured it was. That's when we go on our Fort Knox trips.
Yeah. I met some guys from Fort Knox this weekend. To get back to Philip, a solid white bird which is not necessarily albino. It could just be like a leucistic bird. I think it's like a 1%. And then I saw that a solid blackbird, which honestly doesn't look too different from a distance.
Right.
If you look at the pictures, a solid blackbird is like the rarest of rare. It's called a melanistic bird. So, and I'm talking about turkeys when I say birds. Jeremy says, "Shh, Fort Knox. Nobody knows about Fort Knox. It's the largest public land in the state. Nobody knows about it."
They also talked about it on the Kentucky Field Show last night.
Now, turkey hunting Fort Knox, I don't know how covered up it gets. Deer hunting gets big time. Let's see. Christopher Hall said, "What decoy setups will you all be using this weekend for youth season?" I didn't even think about it, Mike. What are you thinking?
Yeah, early. I'll be honest with you. Really early.
That's a great question,
Chris. It's a terrific question, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I think at least this is just in two prior year of experiences, a Jake and or a gobbler with a hen has actually not drawn them this early. I've had one kind of hang up and not want to come into one. And then I've had a group of toms with real hens that have not wanted anything to do with the decoys. I think it might be more effective to have a single hen or maybe two hens together. I think that's, just the last 2 years, that's what's happened for me. So I think I'll definitely carry a hen, and maybe that's about it.
Jeremy says an avian Jake, one hen. So he's with you with a Jake.
That's what I use in the last 2 years for youth weekend.
Yeah.
That early in April, for whatever reason, that's not worked real well for me.
We Mike did write a story last week. Maybe you can check it out on easternoutdoorsmedia.com on when to use different decoy setups. It's really good story. Scott says Mark Lilly's got a pen full of bourbon turkeys that he's releasing opening morning. So maybe you should take a trip to Grant County Saturday morning. We'll leave camp, head up to Grant County and go to – is it Grant County where they live?
Yeah.
Head up to Grant County and see if we can get one of Mark's bourbon turkeys. I think that's funny, Scott.
That's one of the old Kentucky bourbon.
Let's see here. I want to try Fort Knox for sure. Haven't tried to hunt it. I buy my tag there every year, and I've still yet to go.
Yeah.
Just get so busy. Gordy says they're still flocked up here in Ohio. I think they've separated quite a bit here in Kentucky. What do you think, Mike? Seems like
they probably are. I mean, the pictures that I've seen people posting are still pretty big groups. But I've seen people post of turkeys breeding. I've seen a couple pictures of in Kentucky.
Oh, cool. Philip says, have you gotten – this has been a question that I think this is – if we did a story on turkey myths, I think this is a myth. Have you gotten turkeys to fly across the creek? Personally, no, but I am not a good turkey hunter. I'll just tell you up front, I'm not. I've not been doing it that long. I'm a bad caller. That's why I go with guys like Mike. My brother swears you can't get him to do it. I know several people who said they have. Mike, thoughts?
The group picture that we have in Kentucky Outdoors group with me is with the Undertaker hat.
Yeah.
That bird I killed, he flew across the creek.
Off the roost, he shot it off the limb.
No, here's actually what happened. I was down at my uncle's and I heard these birds gobbling, and I actually went the wrong way. I kind of thought they were somewhere else, and I had crossed the creek and circled back around and found out that they were on the side that I came from. And I thought, well, crap.
Yeah.
But I sat down for a minute, and I actually thought the way it sounded, I thought maybe they were working their way across because there's a crossing down there. But all of a sudden I heard flapping, and I thought, dang, they're coming. Well, some hens flew across the creek. I guess I had aggravated with my call, and I had aggravated them. And they flew across the creek. And once those hens came across the creek, all of a sudden I heard more flapping, and he came over. And as soon as he landed, he got into full strut, and the hens came up to me, and they kind of went by, and he came right to me. He was right on a string.
Over.
Right on a string.
I'm just telling you, I've seen Mike Collins with a shotgun. You do not. He is a game animal's worst nightmare when they get within range. That guy's lethal. He's got his shotgun in hand. Mark Lilly's probably. I guess Mark's been watching all night, and Scott finally got him to answer. He said, "I don't own any turkeys." Scott is crazy. Mark, I can't say whether or not you own turkeys, but Scott is crazy. That's for sure. Let's see. Scott said he's been seeing 2 or 3 times a couple of jakes all hanging up around 3 or 4 hens. I saw 7 hens by themselves today. No toms to be found. My first turkey came across the creek. There you go. We've already got 2. I've personally caught many turkeys across Rockcastle River.
That's cool.
Awesome. Mark says he comes from my side of the creek. I spooked him to you. Oh, Mark spooked that turkey to you.
Right. Well, thanks, Mark. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, the assist. Mark with the assist. Man, I tell you, turkey hunting comes at a time where you're like, I really need to get outside. I really need to, you know what I mean? Yep. And then we're in this crazy weather pattern where it's like cold, hot, rainy, you know what I mean? Like it's every year, but it's like also every year I'm like, man, just do something. What's it going to be like this weekend? Anybody know?
Yep. We got chances of rain Saturday, but the temperatures are going to be in like 30s, 60s. And then Sunday is supposed to be like 28 and 58, something like that. And it's supposed to be sunny on Sunday.
Quick. It's going to warm up pretty quick. Do you remember 2 years ago, the first time we took the kids together, 26 degrees, I think, that morning?
Yeah.
Ellis. So my oldest daughter, her name was Ellis. Her name is Ellis, not was Ellis. And 2 years ago was the first time we took her. Mike and Caleb, his little boy, went. Me and Ellis went. And if you've ever seen the movie The Christmas Story, where that guy's like in the coats, you know, that's how Ellis was that morning. I mean, I had her bundled up. We sat out there, I don't know, probably till 9 o'clock in a blind. She's like, Daddy, I'm so tired. And I said, listen, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to call every now and then. And if a turkey starts to come in, I had her gun sitting right on the grip there we have. I don't remember the brand. Caldwell? Is that what makes it?
Yeah. Yep.
And I had her gun perfect, and she laid down and took a nap. Never got a turkey to go in. She woke up and she's like, Daddy, can we just go somewhere else? So we just walked through your uncle's field and we sat down there by the creek and against a tree, hoping something would come down there. And it was really a lot of fun. We saw some deer come in and but no turkeys. So hopefully this weekend will be not as cold.
Yeah.
And we'll see more turkeys. There will be turkeys where we are. We will get turkeys. I mean, there'll probably be a lot. I just hope there's not a lot of people.
We'll find out.
I don't mean if there's a lot. I don't care if there's a lot of people. I just don't hope there's a lot of people just like walking around, running around. I don't think there will be during youth season. Most people take youth on private land. I feel like so. If you're taking your kid hunting this weekend, are you going to public? Are you going to private? I'd just like to know. Let's see. My first turkey came across the creek. I saw that. Toms are bunched up from what I've seen this week. Yeah, I said that I thought they're separated. That's just what someone told me. I don't know. This will be my first spring hunting turkey. Hey, can we give a online hand clap to Robert James, first time spring hunting turkey?
Absolutely. Get after it, man. It's fun. It's so much fun.
Robert, go for it. Mother Nature hit menopause.
Probably fair. It's supposed to be 76 here in like a couple of days. That
is a fair analogy. I hunted in Nebraska one year on an Indian reservation on an early season hunt. It snowed 8 inches the night before we hunted. We killed 4 birds in 2 days. Crazy. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, that is a crazy hunt right there.
Yeah. Run and gun, baby. That's what I like to do. Even if I don't kill anything, it's fun. Jeremy's going private. Facebook user, that might be Doug, is going private. Chris is going private. Hand clap. Oh, I was like, what is that? Hand clap. Thank you for Robert. You will be hooked, Robert. WO's giving you double high fives, Robert. Pat Newcomb is taking his daughter Presley to private land. Follow her on Instagram, the Nuke Bomb. Go follow Presley on Instagram at the Nuke Bomb.com. I just want to add
good luck to y'all.
I feel like that's appropriate at the end. So, hey, we're running out of time, but I want to give you all a few updates. Let's see. Cole Warden, not heard from Cole tonight, but here he is. Been taking youth hunters out for the last 9 years. Almost always go to public since I've never shot a turkey on private land. I have leases I can hunt on, but just don't like to chase them on anything but public. It's a lot of fun. And we chase them a lot of places in eastern Kentucky that's labeled private, but it's open to the public, so it's basically public. So it's just in the mountains. John calls his style stumble and cuss. I'm not really a cusser, Scott. Maybe just stumble and cry. I don't know. Stumble and bumble and fumble. Stumble and drop your gun or something. I don't know. Mark Lilly, shoot some birds with those new arrows and send me pictures. I'll put them on our page. Yeah, archery, turkey hunting I think is gaining popularity, but gosh, I'm gonna try to kill one with a shotgun first. I don't know. I guess that's hard.
Hey, just a public service announcement. Sportsman's Warehouse has Stevens 301 410s for like right under $200 right now.
Yeah. If you're in Frankfurt, Gilbert's Guns had a 410 when I was down there, and it was like 165, maybe 185. It was not a Stevens.
Yeah.
But it is a good looking gun. I mean, I'm sure the specs are probably exactly the same.
Probably.
Y'all hit us up at Serious Archery Products. That's not serious as in no nonsense. It's like serious like the XM radio. Birds are shutting up in Perry County after they hit the ground. That's my life the last 3 years. They hit the ground and nothing. That's been a struggle. It has. If you shoot a turkey or deer, which do you get the most pumped up about? Probably the same. Probably the same. What do you think, Mike? You probably get more pumped up for a turkey.
My cousins make fun of me, but they get like they're jacked about deer, but turkeys, man, I don't know. I get pretty. I don't know if it's because the season's so short. You just got to live it up. But when a turkey is gobbling and all of a sudden he just comes in all strutting and he comes up to them decoys or whatever the scenario is.
Yeah.
And it's you're moving. You're able to move to him a little bit more. I'm not a big deer stalker, so the turkey hunting, it kind of gives me that satisfaction, I guess, if you will. It's just a different style of hunting for me, and I love it. I just absolutely love it.
Listen, I'm just going to be honest. Turkey, doe, buck, largemouth bass, smallmouth bass, catfish, I get pumped up for all of it. If I catch a 3-pound largemouth bass, you're going to hear me on the other side of the lake. It's usually Josh and me. We're high-fiving. We're screaming. We're excited. We're happy to be there. Same for hunting. If you're hunting near me and I kill something, I just ruined your hunt because I got excited, and I apologize in advance. I'm FaceTiming people. I'm posting it on Facebook. I just get excited, man. I get excited for it all. My senior year of high school, we weren't very good. My junior year of high school, we had a good football team. I led the team, probably the county in penalties, because I just got too excited and would say things to the opponent all the time. And I had some holding calls on me. I had some holding calls because, there's Josh. I mean, let's go. Like, we're not holding back. We're excited. So anyway, hey, a few announcements. Turkey all day. When a gobbler calls out and drums that first time of the season, he get Bourbon State Outdoors get.
Oh, yeah.
Turkeys are fun to hunt, but I get more reward from a doe dead. But I enjoy turkey hunting, just not a great reward there. Basically all the same. I understand that too. And there's not a lot of food there. But if you shot a deer and it started flopping around like a turkey, you'd probably get a little more excited,
Yeah.
Give them just staggering, like, oh, I'm losing blood. If they just started, you probably like it more. WO says, I'm with you on that, John. None of it gets old. Never, WO. It does not get old to me.
It doesn't. I love it all.
Ever. Hey, a few announcements. It's 10:06. I got to go make sure my girls are asleep. Few things. Thursday nights, we have Bass Fishing Live. We're trying to build that thing out. We have guests coming on. We've made our own page for it. So type in, just go to our Eastern Outdoors page, scroll down. You'll see the new Bass Fishing Live page. It's got like 20 followers, 30 followers. I don't know, but we're going to build that thing up. It'll probably never reach 63,000 followers like Eastern Outdoors has, but we think it's going to be big. We're building our own website. It's going to be bass fishing heavy as part of Eastern Outdoors. It's not something separate. It's part of Eastern Outdoors. And that's how we're going to do things moving forward. If we start something new, we're going to start it fresh, but it's going to be part of Eastern Outdoors. And hey, we're always looking for help, always looking for people to join us. If you got videos, if you got photos, there's a woman out of Wisconsin. She sent me those awesome photos of that bald eagle feasting on the dead deer, which I thought were incredible photos. Whatever you got, man, we love to share it. Josh said Bass Fishing Live right there. I don't know who we're going to have on this week. We've asked several people to come on, but it's a busy time because it's kind of like their vacation week after the biggest tournament of the year. They're taking this week off.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them told me their kids are on spring break. They can't come on. So we'll see. But yeah, if you like bass fishing, join us over there. And next Tuesday night, Billy Barnett, the only Kentuckian to ever register a U.S. Super Slam, which means he's killed a turkey in every U.S. state that has them and that are huntable, which is 49 states. He will be on next Tuesday to talk about his successes as a turkey hunter, talk about his new podcast, Turkey Hunting USA. He is a phenomenal turkey hunter. He is an even better guy. Mike, you've met him. Fantastic dude.
Forgot.
The one thing that bothers me when we post about him, people say, must be nice to hunt all 49 states. This guy's a lineman for Kentucky Utilities. When we have storms, he's not turkey hunting. He's keeping your electric on, and that gets me fired up faster than anything and killing any animal because people are so disrespectful. That man works all year just so he can turkey hunt in the spring. So
yeah,
he sure have Billy on. He's a good friend. He's a good man. I hate people that must be nice. Yeah, you know what? Don't say that. Just work a little harder, right?
Yeah.
Joe says, sorry, I've missed the show for the last couple weeks. Well, Joe, you're here now, brother. Go back and watch that replay, and we look forward to meeting you here in a few weeks down in Moorhead.
Hey, Joe, we're going to be coming down your way this weekend, I think. So we'll reach out to you, buddy.
Holler at us, Joe. Maybe you can point us in the right direction because we've never been there at all, not to turkey hunt at least. So
yeah, we'll reach out to you, buddy.
Yeah. But hey, guys, we appreciate you. We love you, even you, Scott Butler. And we will see you next Tuesday. And let us know how you do Saturday. If you're going out with your kids, send us the photos. We'll make a post about it. Drop your photos in the comments. And we'll do the same. Have a good week. Good luck Saturday. We'll see you next Tuesday. Mike.
See y'all.
Bye.